Ami Ayalon is a former head of the Shin Bet, Israel's domestic secret service. He's a former commander-in-chief of the Israeli Navy and a former member of the Knesset for the Left of Centre Labour Party. He's in London at the moment and came into the NewsHour studio. First, how concerned is he about an all-out war between Israel and Hezbollah in Lebanon?
I don't have any way to measure it, but it is a real scenario. And unless we should change the way we understand this war, there is a possibility of a regional war that will have a global impact.
There are plenty of Israelis who say this is a war that we have to fight. We should be on the front foot. It is intolerable that tens of thousands of Israelis in the north have had to leave their homes, that the region is on fire from missiles from Hezbollah. We have to drive Hezbollah back. And if that means war, so be it. It should be on our terms.
I totally agree to the way you describe the reality, but I refuse to accept your prognosis. Yes, it is intolerable. And the fact that tens of thousands are not living in their homes and everything is destroyed in the north, it is not acceptable. But I think that always we have to understand that war is only the last resort. And we didn't try, or we do not understand that this is probably a major problem in the Israeli society today. We believe only in power. We believe only in military power. And in many cases, in occupying land. And we think that it will bring us security. It will not. And I think that we did not try enough the political or diplomatic options. And in this case, first of all, we cannot separate the north from the south, because you have to understand that Hezbollah is totally different from Hamas. Hezbollah see itself as a representative of the Shia community in Lebanon, but they see they are Lebanese nationalists. And the moment that the war in Gaza will end, they do not have the legitimacy in the eyes of the Lebanese. We tend to forget the price that the Lebanese are paying even today. Thousands of them left their homes. The south is destroyed more than our north. So they cannot lose the support or the legitimacy within the Lebanese. So I think that once we end the war in the south, in Gaza, we shall have several options. First of all, we have to discuss the border between Lebanon and Israel. We didn't do it until now, because when we left Lebanon, it was unilaterally, and our agreement was with the international community. But we know today, everybody understands that we did mistakes. There are 12 points in which, several hundred meters, but it makes a difference in the eyes of people who believe in the border. So we have to accept the idea that we shall have to discuss the exact route of the border.
Do you think the war in Gaza should end now?
Yes, it should end yesterday. We are not
on
achieving...
what terms, though?
Sorry?
On what terms? Because the Israeli government has made it very clear...
It's very simple.
Well, just to put the question, the Israeli government has made it very clear that the terms are simple. Hamas be destroyed and the hostages be released. Are those the preconditions for you as well? I realize that they would be the ambition, but are they the preconditions?
Conditions, but not preconditions. Hamas should be destroyed. But we have to understand that in order to defeat Hamas, we cannot do it only by achieving supremacy or victory in the battlefield. Hamas is an ideology. And in order to destroy ideology, we have to fight in a different war, a different dimension, the war of ideas. Unless we shall achieve victory in the war of ideas, it means we have to present a political horizon. And a political horizon for Israelis and for Palestinians is the only reality is the reality of two states. We hate to understand it. Palestinians are fighting for their freedom. They want to see the end of occupation. The moment that Palestinians will believe in the reality of two states, they will not support Hamas. And this is the defeat of Hamas, because two states is Hamas' defeat. We just have to listen to the founder and leader, Sheikh Yassin. He said it years ago. And this is the only way to defeat Hamas. In order to stop the war, we have to say, okay, we demand all our hostages. We will be ready to release all the prisoners that you think we should. And we have to stop this battle and to go on fighting the war of ideas by presenting a political horizon.
And I hear that argument, and it's an argument you've made consistently for years, and lots of people, especially outside Israel and the Palestinian territories, would applaud. Some people would also say your day has gone, that the direction of travel, I mean, look at support within Israel for two states. It's gone down massively among Palestinians, and even before the events of October the 7th, it had diminished to almost zero because people have stopped believing that it could at all be possible. Two states.
You're right. But you have a short memory because the whole Zionist concept was led by a small minority. Millions of Jews did not support it, and they stayed in Europe during the Holocaust. So minorities are leading the history. They are shaping the future. So I'm a minority, yes, but I know that this is the only way. And what did we learn on the 7th of October? We learned that until we shall believe in this reality, we shall face blood, horror, and pain. And what I'm trying to explain is we did not learn the two most important lessons. We shall not have security unless we shall end the occupation. Hamas proved it on the 7th of October. And we shall not maintain our democracy unless we shall end the occupation. Because democracy does not accept controlling the life of millions. So it is so simple. But you know what is the problem? We are too close to the events. We feel the pain. We are humiliated. And we are looking probably for revenge. We hate Palestinians and Palestinians hate us. This is why the international community is so important. When all the American presidents, with a very, very good will, told us we cannot want it more than you do, it was a huge mistake. They do not understand that when you see your friends, dying in buses, you do not see the reality. But here, from a different planet, from England, from Europe, from America, you can see it. So all the world see it, all the leaders in the world, they understand that the Middle East will be stable only if we shall create a reality of two states.
And that was Ayalon, former head of Shin Bet, Israel's domestic secret service.